has not arrived by chance. There are no coincidences in my design, only orchestrated threads of grace stitched into time. You've stepped into a day unlike any other, a day quietly humming with purpose, layered with gifts still hidden from your view. I have already begun the unfolding, already whispered to the wind to carry joy to your doorstep. For today, my child, unexpected blessings await you. You've grown familiar with the rhythm of survival, rising, enduring, resting, repeating. You've trained your heart to guard itself, not because you don't believe in my goodness, but because disappointment has tried to teach you to expect less. You've adjusted your hopes to fit the size of your wounds, and in doing so, forgotten the vastness of my promise. But I have not changed. I am the same God who breathes stars into existence and still reaches for you with tenderness. I am the one who crafted laughter and seasons and miracles that look like impossibilities until they arrive. You may not see it yet, but heaven is moving for you. I am not constrained by your understanding, nor do I need your circumstances to make sense before I act. I work in mystery as much as in clarity, and often it's the mystery that holds the seeds of the greatest transformation. Today, I want you to watch for me, not with worry or frantic eyes, but with wonder, the same wonder that a child carries when they know a surprise is coming, but not when or how. Open your heart to me that way again. There is something holy about the unexpected. It reveals the kind of love that doesn't wait to be earned. It testifies to a grace that moves outside your timing and far beyond your calculations. I do not give as the world gives. I don't barter or withhold until you measure up. My gifts are born of my heart, not your performance. What is coming to you today is not based on merit, but on mercy. Not payment, but promise. I see what weighs on you, the quiet burdens, the responsibilities that press like invisible bricks against your chest. I know the doubts you hide under layers of polite smiles and practiced faith, but I'm not repelled by your struggle. I am drawn to it. I walk directly into your brokenness and call it beautiful because it is the place where you need me most. And in that need, in that deep ache, I plant blessings. You have not missed your moment. You're not behind. You're not disqualified. In fact, you are standing at the edge of a divine turning, one that will make sense only in hindsight, but will flood your heart with a kind of peace that doesn't ask for proof. You don't have to see it all now. You only need to trust that I do. You are not walking toward blessings as a beggar. You are walking as my child toward a father who has already prepared the feast. There will be blessings in your path today that do not shout, but whisper. They won't arrive with grand fanfare, but they will be unmistakable to your spirit. A door you thought was closed will crack open. A heaviness will lift just enough for you to breathe easier. Someone will say something that answers a question you never asked aloud. These are my touches, my signs, my fingerprints left on the fabric of your life to remind you that I'm always working behind the veil. But some of what I give today will not look like blessings at all, not at first. There may be a disruption, an inconvenience, even a moment of pain that catches you off guard. Do not rush to label these. Wait, breathe, lean into me. What feels like loss may be my protection. What feels like delay may be alignment. What feels like an ending may actually be the beginning you've been praying for, just not in the wrapping you expected. I want your eyes open today, not just your physical eyes, but the eyes of your heart. The world will try to tell you that blessings are big, loud, and instantly gratifying. But my ways are often subtle, almost hidden, designed for those who are willing to look deeper. The world watches for the fireworks. I invite you to notice the quiet bloom of peace in your soul, the gentle nudges toward truth, the courage to hope again. These too are miracles. These are the unexpected blessings I've placed in your day. And beloved, please don't try to earn what I've already decided to give. My blessings are not rewards for good behavior. They are expressions of my love. You don't have to perform for me. You only have to receive. Let go of the need to deserve it. Rest in the truth that you are loved simply because you are mine. That is enough. That has always been enough. So walk into this day with holy anticipation. Something is coming. It may not look the way you imagined, but it will carry the unmistakable fragrance of heaven. I'm doing a new thing in your life, not someday, but today. Your only task is to remain open, to keep your heart soft, your eyes lifted, and your spirit willing. I have placed goodness along your path, and it is already moving toward you. Even now, even as you read these words, something has shifted. Trust me. You've heard the word blessing so many times that it may have started to lose its edge, a term wrapped in routine prayers or polite responses. But what I'm preparing for you today carries a weight beyond sentiment. These are not vague comforts or empty encouragements. These are divine interventions carefully chosen for your current valley, your unanswered questions, your buried dreams. I do not deal in vague gestures. When I bless, I do so with precision. I know what your soul needs, even when your mouth doesn't know what to ask. Some of what I'm sending won't even be visible to others. They might pass by the same moment and never notice its significance. But you will know. You will feel the sacred pulse of it in your spirit, a warmth that rises without explanation. A sudden stillness that quiets your racing thoughts. A moment where clarity pierces the fog that has surrounded your heart. These are my personal gifts to you, not generic, not recycled, but custom woven into your journey. For I see you not as one of many, but as the only one. That's how deeply I know you. You've tried to stay hopeful, even when the waiting seemed endless. You've kept showing up, to life, to prayer, to faith, even when your strength was cracked and thin. I have watched you whisper gratitude through gritted teeth, trying to believe I was still good. And you never knew how those moments moved me. They were not overlooked. They were planted like seeds. Every sigh of surrender, every silent sacrifice, every brave act of faith. I've gathered them. And now I'm returning them to you in the form of blessings so specific, so timely. They will leave no doubt that I have been listening all along. Do not assume that because you have grown tired, I have grown distant. My love does not fade with your energy. It holds you through every season, including this one. I'm not waiting for you to get stronger before I act. I am moving, even while you sit with your weakness. In fact, it is your very vulnerability that creates space for my strength to shine. So do not be ashamed of how fragile you feel. Let me meet you there. Let me show you what it means to be carried by grace that does not require your striving. I know how hard it is to keep believing when nothing around you changes. I know how the silence can feel like abandonment. But beloved, silence is never the end of my sentence. It is often the space where I prepare the next miracle. I speak in stillness, I work in hiddenness, and I love you even more in the moments when you feel furthest away. You've asked, how much longer? More times than you've admitted, but I've seen the cry behind your eyes. And I say this to you now with the fullness of my heart. Your waiting has not been wasted. Today is not a reward for surviving. It is a resurrection of hope. You may have lost confidence in yourself, but I have never lost confidence in what I placed inside you. I know what you carry. I know the depths of your compassion, the quiet strength of your endurance, the unique way your heart longs to make others feel seen. That is why I am blessing you today, because even in your weariness, you have kept your heart open. You've chosen love, over bitterness. You've chosen trust when fear was louder. That has not gone unnoticed in heaven. These blessings, the ones already in motion, are not meant to just comfort you. They are meant to remind you of who you are. When you receive what I send, you'll remember your identity, not as someone merely trying to make it through the day, but as someone designed for glory. Not perfection, not flawlessness. Glory, the kind that shines through brokenness and points others to me. You are not just surviving, you are becoming a vessel for my goodness to flow into the world. And yes, some of the blessings may surprise you in how they arrive. They might look like interruptions or strange turns. They might require letting go of something that once felt essential. But trust me, I never take without giving greater. I never close a door without opening a better one. You will see this in time. But even before you see, I ask you to believe. Not because I need your belief to act, but because your belief changes how you receive. It prepares your spirit to recognize what I'm doing. This is not just about one good moment in a hard season. This is about changing your atmosphere. I want today to be the start of a new lens, one that sees possibility where you once saw only pain. A lens that finds beauty in places others overlook. A lens that notices me in every detail. That is the true blessing, not just the gift, but the awareness of the giver. That's what I want to restore in you today, your ability to see me clearly again. So let joy rise. Let hope return, even if it comes in cautious waves. Let laughter find its way back to your lips, even if it trembles at first. You don't have to force it, just receive. Let today be marked not by what you must do, but by what I'm doing for you. Let it be the day you look back on and say, that was when I began to believe again. For unexpected blessings are not just promises. They are declarations of my presence, tangible proof that I am still near, still active, still for you. And today, I am closer than your next breath, and I come bearing gifts. There is something sacred unfolding in your life that even you cannot yet comprehend. I do not ask you to understand it, only to trust me as it emerges. Every hidden blessing begins in the unseen. Like seeds buried deep within the earth, they require darkness before they rise. You've mistaken this recent stillness for stagnation, but in truth, I have been growing something beneath the surface. You've been walking through soil I prepared in advance for the blessing you are about to receive. Nothing has been wasted. Not the questions, not the disappointments, not even the long nights when you wondered if I heard you at all. I heard everything. Every whisper you were too afraid to say aloud. Every tear that slipped down your face when no one else was looking. You thought you had to be strong for everyone else, but I saw how fragile you felt when the doors stayed closed. And even then, even in the moments where it seemed like I had gone